What's going on, top producers? Alexander Fazalani here, and today we are going to discuss 4 ways to build your database filled with investors. But before we do that, I'm going to need you to Cobra Kai that like button, Eagle Fang that subscribe button, and Miyagi-Do with that little thing that looks like a bell so we can continuously practice our real estate karate together here every Tuesday and Friday for free 99. And as always, this is brought to you by Design for Agents, an e-commerce geared to making sure you have what you need in order to succeed in your real estate career, whether it be marketing your business, planning your business, overall taking it to the next level. You can do that in the description below in that link. Now with that out the way, let's dive into those ways of building up your database with those investors. As a real estate agent, we're usually working with buyers and sellers, but there's one huge part of the market that is completely untapped, and that's the investor market. And a lot of agents are great with working with buyers and sellers, but don't really know how to work with investors or why they should work with investors. Let me break it down in this way. Every day or every other day or multiple hours a day, you should be going out there and trying to find homeowners that are looking to sell their property. And sometimes you're gonna run into someone that's in a pre-foreclosure situation that needs to get out really quickly. You also might run into somebody who has a distressed property that's falling apart around them and they need to get out as soon as possible because they don't have enough money to fix it up. There's so many different reasons and situations why you should have investors in your database in case you need a quick sale. And imagine this also adds immense value to you and what you have to offer to your client. Imagine if you had a database full of investors so strong that you can get almost anyone an instant offer on their property. Do you see how powerful that could be when working with for sale by owners or potential expireds? So the main question is, where do you find all these great investors? And I'm gonna tell you right now. So first and foremost, one of the best ways of meeting investors is the good old-fashioned going to a networking event. So whether you're doing it through Meetup or Eventbrite, these things are always usually happening. You want to attend at least one a month. At these events, you're usually going to meet beginner investors, sometimes intermediate investors, and occasionally you're going to be able to meet huge developers and conglomerates of people. Your only job at these events is to make sure that all these people see you as a potential resource to new properties. So if you stay in contact and build these relationships, you're gonna be able to have them in your database in case you ever need them, which is gonna lead us to method number 2. If you're not much of a networker and you wanna do things from home, another great method is utilizing squeeze pages with your CRM or with your website. So you have to be a little tech savvy in order to actually utilize squeeze pages. So you're gonna have to have some type of IDX solution. If you don't know what that is, I highly recommend that you guys dive into that a little deeper. What you're gonna wanna do is create a squeeze page that is geared to targeting investors so that they give you their information. So for example, my headline might be, get my top 10 buy and hold properties in Forest Hills, Queens. And then if they want that list of 10 properties, they're gonna have to fill out their information. From there, my only job is to follow up with them, add them into my CRM, and develop that relationship over time. Which leads us to method number 3. This third method is actually a great way of double dipping and potentially finding people that are looking to sell their property and also potentially find investors. So what I'll do is I'll go on Remind.com or something that's equivalent to that, where you get to check out a whole area and see the equity of the property in that specific area. So for example, I'll look for houses that are almost paid off or completely paid off, or ones that are bought in cash in the last 6 months. If someone's buying something in cash, they're usually an investor, or if their house is almost paid off completely and they're renting it out, they might want to do a 1031 exchange. If you don't know what 1031 exchange is and you're a real estate agent, I highly recommend that you actually research that, because that's how the rich stay rich, and it's something that you'll potentially want to do in the future, so go check that out. Anyway, so if you find people with high equity and people that have bought a house in cash, they might want to do a 1031 exchange. So this is the opportunity to find investors that don't even know they're investors yet. So the fourth method of finding investors is utilizing for sale by owners and expireds. I know what you're thinking, that doesn't really make any sense. However, when you're calling for sale by owners and expireds, I guarantee once in a while you're gonna see a property that has LLC underneath it. Right? So if the person's name is not there and it's under a LLC, the likelihood of them being an investor is very, very high. Usually a person gets a LLC, limited liability corporation, in order to protect their personal assets in case that property goes belly up for whatever reason. So what you're gonna do is call them, and you're not gonna solicit them about their property. What you're gonna do is ask them, hey, if I ever find a potential opportunity, do you mind if I keep my number and we can connect over time so we can work together potentially in the future? It's an amazing way of meeting developers and meeting investors and not coming off super salesy, which is an amazing thing. And guys, I guarantee if you follow these 4 methods, you're gonna build up your database of investors in no time. And again, my name is Alexander Fazalani, and this is brought to you by Designed for Agents, the e-commerce gear to making sure you have what you need to hit the pinnacle of your career, whether it be marketing, planning, or just learning some free information. You can do that in the description below in that link. And again, guys, investors are friends, not food. I'll see you guys in the next video.